don't think about Hollywood. I don't have much further need for Hollywood myself. I don't know how you guys feel, but yeah, I think it's a very strange, funny time where everybody would love to be able to be themselves, but they can't, because they must fall in line with the person in front of them.
Johnny Depp was one of the biggest stars in the world, but then everything changed after he was invited to Jeffrey Epstein's infamous island, and he said no. That's when Hollywood turned on him. Now, Johnny Depp is publicly exposing Hollywood's dark side, revealing a coordinated campaign to destroy his career through betrayal, financial warfare, and media manipulation. He turned down an invitation to Epstein's island, and they made him pay.
His reputation was destroyed, his finances drained, his career was left in ruins. Depp is now exposing the dark side of fame, manipulation, and power dynamics behind Hollywood's glamorous facade. So, what really happened to Johnny Depp? Who was behind it? And why is he speaking now?
To me in my life, the majority of what you read is fantastically, horrifically written fiction.
Only a few actors in Hollywood have endured enough to speak openly about the darkness lurking behind its glittering facade. Johnny Depp, a man with over 4 decades of experience navigating the industry's glitz, grime, and unspoken rules, is one such figure. Now, after blockbuster success, bitter legal battles, and personal reinvention, Depp has nothing to prove and nothing to lose. So, in a stunning revelation that has sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, Depp revealed the shocking turn his life took after he was allegedly approached by Epstein's organization, and he turned the invitation down. You see, recently, it was revealed that the Epstein files reportedly include some references to Johnny Depp. But here is the thing. These mentions are ambiguous and do not provide evidence of any direct involvement. For example, some documents indicate that there were invitations extended to Depp, but there is no record of Depp responding to these invitations or engaging further. Now, the reason for this is simple. Depp was invited to Epstein's island, and he turned the invitation down. And that's where his troubles began. According to insider reports, after Johnny Depp refused to fall in line, his world started getting dismantled, slowly by slowly. It all began with betrayal from within Depp's Hollywood inner circle. During his highly publicized legal battles with Amber Heard, Depp discovered a painful truth about Hollywood's inner circle. He revealed that some individuals who publicly distanced themselves from him during the controversy actually knew he was innocent from the start. Depp stated that some of the people who distanced themselves from me knew the truth from day one. This admission implies that several A-list actors, directors, and producers knowingly abandoned Depp despite being aware of his innocence. These actions were not mere business decisions or PR strategies, but calculated betrayals by insiders who chose to sacrifice him for their own interests. Industry insiders now question whether Depp's rapid fall from grace was orchestrated. Within weeks of the initial allegations, he was dropped from major projects, including the lucrative Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Studios that once sought his involvement quickly severed ties, terminating contracts and shelving projects. The speed and coordination of this response suggests a sinister effort beyond just simple business prudence. Depp himself compared his situation to other Hollywood scandals, noting that, unlike others, he won his defamation case and legally proved his innocence. Yet the industry's lukewarm response to his vindication reveals deeper motives. He proved he was innocent, but Hollywood didn't welcome him back. Why?
Hollywood. Well, I mean, you'd have to not have a pulse to feel at that point, to feel like, no, none of this is happening. This is actually just a kind of a weird joke. You've been asleep for 35 years. So just let the weirdness commence. Of course, I mean, when you're asked to resign from a film you're doing because of something that is merely a bunch of kind of vowels and consonants floating in the air, yeah, you feel a bit boycotted.
Depp highlighted the role of media mathematics, suggesting that algorithms and media manipulation amplified negative coverage of him while suppressing positive stories. This sophisticated character assassination extended beyond tabloid gossip, creating an echo chamber of negativity that severely damaged his public image. Insider reports say that at the height of his trial with Amber Heard, various people in the media were urged to bring up Depp's past struggles and, in some cases, allegedly exaggerate them. If you remember, at the time, we heard all kinds of stories about Depp that painted him in a negative light. The smear campaign got so bad that they were bringing old associates of Depp to testify against him. Testifying at the behest of attorneys representing Depp's ex-wife Amber Heard were a longtime agent, a former business manager, and a friend of Depp's for nearly 4 decades. Tracy Jacobs, who served as the actor's agent for about 30 years, said Depp was showing up late to set consistently on virtually every movie during their final years working together. I was very honest with him and said, "You've got to stop doing this."
"This is hurting you," Jacobs testified, and it did. The testimony served to push back against Depp's libel lawsuit against Heard. Depp claims that a 2018 op-ed piece Heard wrote in the Washington Post unfairly portrayed him as a domestic abuser and cost him a lucrative Hollywood career. Heard's attorneys argued that Depp's professional undoing was the result of his own bad behavior. Joel Mandel, Depp's former business manager, testified that the Pirates of the Caribbean films had catapulted him into an entirely different level of success.
According to Joel, that meant more employees for Depp, buying additional property, a bigger life, and a more expensive one. Joel Mandel said that things began to change around 2010, and it became clear over time that there were issues with alcohol and... At one point, Depp was spending around $100,000 a month for a doctor and staff to help him get sober. At another, he was spending $300,000 a month on full-time staff. And there were also times when Depp spent thousands of dollars a month on prescription. The spending levels had grown very, very, very large and required that level of incredibly high income to be maintained, Mandel said. And when it dropped off, the disconnect became untenable. He said Depp fired him in 2016. Bruce Witkin, a musician who was friends with Depp for nearly 40 years, testified that Depp could become jealous in his romantic relationships. He once saw bruises on Heard's arm and saw Depp with a fat lip one time. But Witkin said he never saw Depp or Heard physically hit each other. Witkin said he tried to help Depp with his substance abuse and had set him up with a therapist. He'd say, "I'll be all right. I'll be all right," Witkin recalled. Well, you're not all right. The psychological impact was profound. Depp described his experience as surreal, akin to being trapped in a vast wilderness, isolated from the industry and community that had been his life for decades. Colleagues who had worked with him for years suddenly refused public association, intensifying his isolation. So happy that Johnny has remained true to himself throughout all of the and false allegations. We love you, Johnny. Hollywood may have boycotted him, but his fans did not. I love Johnny Depp. He was cleared of the charges and lies filed against him. He stood up for himself and was vindicated.
Cut me. That's what you want to do. Ultimately, you've taken everything. You want my blood? Take it. Have my blood. And then she said, no. And then I said, look, if you're not going to take it, and you want it, I know you want it, that's all I've got left, take it. If she wasn't going to do it, I would have done it. Because that's psychologically, emotionally where I was.
Depp's trial and subsequent lawsuits revealed the involvement of Hollywood fixers. Shadowy figures like Hal Baresi and Adam Waldman, who operate behind the scenes to protect the industry's most valuable assets. These professionals specialize in crisis management, employing coercive tactics to manipulate witnesses and suppress damaging information. The Viper Room lawsuit involving Depp's former business interests exposed how these fixers weaponize their skills against those who fall out of favor. Their operations include coordinated media campaigns, legal maneuvering, witness intimidation, and financial warfare designed to eliminate threats to the established order. Depp's financial losses from being dropped from projects are staggering, with estimates exceeding $600 million in lost potential earnings. This economic assault was disguised as prudent business decisions, but it was, in reality, a calculated effort to bankrupt him and prevent him from fighting back. Studios claimed they were protecting investments by distancing themselves from controversy, but Depp's comments reveal a deeper understanding. Studio heads act as glorified accountants, following directives from higher corporate powers, not as creative visionaries. Despite his legal victory and proven box office appeal, major studios remain hesitant to fully welcome Depp back. His upcoming role in Day Drinker marks his first major Hollywood studio project in years, but the project's secrecy and subdued marketing reflect the industry's cautious approach. This controlled return aims to limit Depp's influence and prevent him from regaining his former power. However, this strategy has backfired, drawing more attention to the coordinated efforts to marginalize him. Johnny Depp was invited to Epstein's Island. He said no, twice. Then, Hollywood destroyed him. Betrayal from within, a coordinated smear campaign, witnesses brought against him, $600 million in lost earnings. He won his case. He proved his innocence, but Hollywood still won't welcome him back. Why? Was it because he refused to participate in Epstein's world? Was he punished for saying no? Johnny Depp's story is a cautionary tale about what happens when you refuse to fall in line, when you turn down the wrong invitation, when you say no to powerful people. They don't just fire you, they destroy you. The dark side of Hollywood, behind the glamorous facade, lies a world of manipulation, power, and control. And Johnny Depp is one of the few who survive to tell the story. Comment below with your thoughts. Do you believe Johnny Depp was targeted because he refused Epstein's invitation? Was Hollywood's coordinated attack on him real? And how many others have been destroyed for saying no?